Yourself, Phil. Yapp was phenomenal at the US Open. Of course, he didn't manage to win that final, but he played some flawless pool that week. He plays a real nice game as well, nice style. Sort of floats around the table.
Thanks. The first rack. Aloysius Yapp to break.
There's something aesthetically pleasing about left-handers. And the pride of Singapore pool is really good to watch. Delivers that cue so nicely through the balls, and that's why his break-off shot is normally very effective.
Definitely a player I like watching, enjoy watching his cue action and the way he times the ball. Doesn't hit the ball too hard. Everything's very smooth. Lets the cue and the cue ball do the work for him.
Don't know about you, Cole, but I really thought that Yapp was going to be crowned US Open champion.
Yeah, I did, to be honest, the way he played all week. But of course, Biardo, he's another class act, and that's the unfortunate thing with pool. There has to be a loser, unfortunately. It was Yapp that time, but he's a young man. Travels to all the events, and there you see a good look at his cue action. Now where's this cue ball going? It's going a little bit close to the corner, and he's scratched. What a mistake from Yapp. Now, is his first match. So that slide, but he knows better than anyone on the old brand new equipment. The bounce is a little bit different. So Kaci, these three balls to steal the first rack.
Not the cleanest pot, but he just about went in.
Eklent Kaci wins the first rack.
Kaci drawing first blood. The man who, just a few days after helping Europe retain the Mosconi Cup, beat his brother, Aloysius Yapp, 2-0 to win the Albanian Snooker Championship. He's a man of many parts, versatile cueist. So how was Kaci on the team, Carl? Of course, you were vice-captain of the Mosconi Cup effort. Individually, he's produced some wonderful performances. Is he a team man?
Well, I don't think he was. That's for certain, but I think he's kind of matured into the Mosconi Cup, and he understands what the team environment is about and what you've got to do. It's not a singles tournament, so you can't just go to breakfast when you want and stay up late and all that. So he's kind of matured into the role of it. You know, he's a nice guy. He's a fun guy to be around. Likes his food as well, Phil. He's a big eater, he's Kaci. He's a machine. And he's a big lad, isn't he? He's over 6 feet tall. Very good potter of the ball. Doesn't miss many balls. Made a couple of balls on the break. No open shot on the 2. So he's only got a few options. An extremely thin cut down the rail, but that is thin. Probably going to play safety.
9-ball world rankings wise, this is number 6 against number 11. Yapp, the higher ranked. And by the way, you know, just reading my notes here, something had evaded my glance. I was saying that Kaci is the national champion snooker-wise of Albania. Well, last year, Yapp won the Singapore national snooker champion.
Trying to use that 6 as a blocker. Kaci can see the right hand side of this 2-ball. Can't see all of it. Now can he play thin without scratching? Yeah, he can.
Extension, please.
Well, actually, that overhead looks like he could actually cut that in, but I don't think he can.
No, I don't. There's room past the green 6, is there? What I've noticed with Kaci, technically, is that he's over the shot for quite some time, isn't he? Gets down and nothing happens for a few seconds.
Yeah, and he used to be a lot slower. When he first kind of come on the scene, it was as if he'd fallen asleep on the cue. He used to take ages. I think over the last 2 or 3 years he's been working on that. And obviously when you've got a shot clock, you know, you can't waste too much time. But he does play, you know, he plays good pool when he plays quick, so he's definitely changed that element of his game.
Yes, with the Matchroom multi-sport tournaments featuring a shot clock, it doesn't pay to be too ponderous. Now Yapp disgusted with that effort, and you can understand why.
It's a poor safety shot there from Yapp. It's left Kaci with another good chance in the balls. Didn't mean to hit the 6 like that. Cue ball's on the rail. Does go past this pink 4. Got to make sure you get the cue ball back out. Roughly where it is now, where the 3 is. He'd love to put the cue ball there after potting this ball.
I can tell you that Jason Shaw has just taken a 3-2 lead over Oliver Szolnocki on the other table. Yeah, some players would hate that. Watch when he gets down on the shot. There's real hesitation. There you see he's in position already. Almost like a freeze frame.
Yeah, I can only presume he's really bearing down on it to make sure he's not going to miss the pot. Needs to just pull the cue ball back a little bit, and he wants to land high of the 7 in the side, so the cue ball would come naturally down the table like so. Now this shot is just dead easy. If he didn't land high on that 7, he would be causing himself a little bit of work to do. Now this is just a real simple shot. So this simple 9 ball for Kaci, and it's a pretty good start.
Eklent Kaci wins this.
Indeed it is. The pride of Albania leads the pride of Singapore 2-0. So while they're racking the balls, let's just take a look over on table 2, where Jason Shaw is trying to ward off a stubborn challenge from Oliver Szolnocki.
Yeah, Jason's leading this match 3-2. So it's a tight little battle. Szolnocki's going along nicely so far today, Phil, isn't he?
I like the way he goes about things. Quiet lad, unassuming.
Push out code.
He's already completed wins over Omar Al-Shaheen 5-1 and Maximilian Lechner 5-3. Tough evening for him tonight, though, after he plays Shaw. In 3 matches' time on table 2, he comes up against Albin Auschen. All of the action on table 2 is available on the Matchroom.live streaming service.
The third rack.
We'll keep you informed as to what goes on over there.
Yep, to break, trailing to 0.
Now, though, it's back to table 1, where Aloysius Yapp is trying to make some form of impact. Well, that will do nicely, as they say. What a break-off. Can't wish for better than multiple balls spotted, an open shot on the 1, and all of the other balls sitting pretty.
Yeah, we've seen a few breaks now where all the balls just seem to disappear and they all just land nice. But you can't take the foot off the pedal. You've got to keep focused. One bad shot, and that means you're chasing the position for the rest of the rack. You want to keep a good tight cue ball. Yapp plays this shot real nice. Always times these nice. There you see the pace of the 2 that goes into the pocket is lovely. Just kind of dribbles into the pocket. Similar type of shot here. All the pros play this with a little bit of right-hand English. That just helps that 5 ball spin up the rail. You see the 5 just floats in. It's a nice shot. He'll just play this into the top right pocket, obviously, and just float the cue ball off the top rail and the left side rail. So the cue ball comes in towards the 9. And you see the cue ball now bounces off that rail and comes towards the 9.
He plays a brand of pool that is most certainly easy on the eye.
Aloysius Yapp wins the third.
The 25-year-old from Singapore wins his first rack of this Predator Q's Premier League pool. Even so, he trails Eklent Kaci by 2 racks to 1.
Leading 2-1.
Welcome back to Milton Keynes and Stadium MK as the first day of the Predator Q's Premier League pool continues on. It really is amazing to me how these top players generate so much power through the break-off with such ease, such effortless ease.
Yeah, these pockets are 4 inches, and we've seen a lot of breaks. Well, I say a lot of breaks. We've seen a few breaks where just the sheer amount of ball seems to be going in off the break. Just must be one of them days, because it doesn't often happen.
I believe the record is 6 in competition. Alex Pagulayan didn't win the rack.
Yeah, he didn't win the rack, and I feel like somebody else has done 6 as well, but I can't remember. I must be wrong, because you'd know that, Phil, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's going to be a little annoying to me because it's quite recently, isn't it? 6 balls on the rack. I will do some detective work here.
Well, you've got to the end of this match, pal. That was well judged there from Kaci. Pointed the 2 ball and judged the cannon.
10 seconds.
Needs this cue ball to slow down. Needs it to slow down. I think he's hooked himself. So he's got a little bit giddy there. Can he see the potting angle? I don't believe he can. I think he can just see the edge, but can he pot it? Might be able to swerve it a little bit. Put a little bit of left-hand English just to swerve it past the 8 ball.
Please.
That's why he's striking down. Well, he was striking down.
10 seconds.
He's played the kick shot. Well, he's got to be happy with the result of that. All he could do was just see the edge of the six. He was just trying to roll the six ball up to the top rail. He wasn't worried about the cue ball. He just had to get a good six ball, and it's landed a little bit short. You can see if the six ball rolls another foot, it's dead on the top rail.
10 seconds.
Phil's having a little nosy for this little trivia question, and something's just hit me, Phil. I'm not saying I've got the answer, but I feel like I might have the player, but I don't know if it was him or not. De Luna crunches the rack. Could be him. I don't know.
I think you're getting warm. 10 seconds.
Extension, please.
Jeffrey De Luna against Ruslan Chinnikov. 2019 WPA Players Championship.
Wow. As he left a 6-9 combo, Kaci is straight round to have a look. It looks close. Yeah, you can see from the overhead. He needs to avoid the scratch, obviously, but the 9 ball is going to go close to this corner. He's got to hit the 6 thin.
Eklent Kaci.
You could see he really fancied the job there. It looked quite a spectacular shot, actually, for these guys. It was bread and butter. And so Eklent Kaci takes a 3-1 lead. By the way, we have breaking news about how to pronounce Yapp's Christian name. At the US Open, the American commentators were calling him Aloysius. We've been calling him Aloysius. Apparently it's a mixture of the two. It's Aloysius. This is table 2, where Eagle Eye Jason Shaw has just knocked in another crunching pot from distance. And he has this 9 ball for victory. Down the rail like a rabbit down a hole. Jason Shaw is a man who will take some stopping in this tournament. Let me tell you that if you didn't know already. I'm sure you did. He's defeated Oliver Szolnocki by 5 racks to 2. That after being held to 2-2.
While you were speaking there, Phil, a message flashed up on the phone, and
the break. Trailing 3-1.
it was one of the fans watching this year's event telling me it was Jeffrey De Luna who potted 6 balls, and I was commentating, Phil.
Carl Boy's memory man.
Wow. Well, it was in Las Vegas, so that's my excuse. Back to the action. Well, he's had no friends this time on the break. There you see the cue ball is welded to the pink 4.
Push out call.
Straight away calls the push out.
Yeah, 6 balls not knocked in off this break, and nothing doing. So it's the game within a game. otherwise known as the push-out. Let me quickly tell you that the next matchup on table 2 features Alexander Kazakis against Max Lechner.
Eklent, it's your choice.
Marcel rightly telling Eklent it's his choice. He can play this shot. Pass it back. He'll look at... Well, first of all, he'll look at the potting angle just to see where the cue ball, its natural path is going. Looks to me like it's kind of running into the 3, maybe low on the 3. So he'll consider that. And then he'll just have a glance at what safety options he's got. But he likes this shot. He's taking it on. So he's played safe. Bit unfortunate. He was trying to use the 9 and the green 6 as blockers. And I think he can just get through to this edge of the 1 ball.
Extension, please.
Yeah, he can get through to it, but what does he play? I think he just made contact. It was very thin. He was trying to hit it a little bit thicker and run the cue ball into the 7 to hook him behind the 7. But whenever you're playing the ball that slow, it's just a really hard shot.
10 seconds. Extension.
And you're at the mercy of the table. If there's any deviation, it can be really costly.
He was intending to get the cue ball behind the blue 2. I think he's done a good job. You were having a close look as if he'd left an edge, but he's definitely not left an edge there.
Yes, it was the correct concept. At one point I thought he might have just overhit the cue ball, but he's okay. Jump required.
The one's going close to the corner. It's going close, but it's hung up. Kaci's hooked behind the 9. But he can't fail to pot this 1 ball with the jump cue, but he's got to get the cue ball back out because of where the blue 2 is. So potting this ball is easy. Getting position on the 2 is not.
Kaci knew that any kind of contact would be sufficient to pot the ball, but as Carl said, positionally, all he could leave was a bank, and he's knocked it in with great authority.
Yeah, nice bank shot there. You always fancy making them type of shots. You're always going to go close. You fancy it in the jaw, worst case. So you've always got to take the bank shot on. Yeah, and that's nice position for the pink 4. And it was this bank shot that has created a little opportunity. Like I say, you always fancy getting close. Yeah, it went straight in.
Because he's over the cue for such a lengthy period of time, the 10-second warning was actually issued there while he was down on the shot. Almost suspended animation, but it works for him.
Yep, you've got to play to your strengths. And it does work, because you don't really see him missing a lot of balls, Kaci.
Cue ball uncomfortably close to the side cushion. Should pot it.
Yeah, but you see him miss now and again. You fancy him to pot it, but now and again they are missed.
Eklent Kaci wins the rack.
Not on this occasion. So Eklent Kaci making his debut in this Predator Q's Premier League pool is making a really good start. He's 4-1 up on Aloysius Yapp, and that means he needs only one more rack to record a victory. So what's happening on table 2, early doors? Opening rack, Max Lechner has got the chance to dish up.
Yeah, and he's looking for a win. He's lost his opening 2 matches. Lost 5-3 to Albin Ocean, and then lost again 5-3 to Oliver Szolnocki, so need to win. I know you get plenty of pool, but as these days go on, you don't want to be putting yourself in a bad spot. Winning breeds confidence. There's a nice shot there. Real nice shot, spinning it off 3 rails. Absolutely perfect for the 6.
After this, Lechner has one more engagement today. He's up last on table 2 against Yapp. Just to reiterate, all of the action
26.
on table 2 is available on the streaming service. The
Leading 4-1.
12 matches per day over there. That's on Matchroom.live. So Kaci breaking for the match. In goes the 1. An open 2. Could be hey presto.
Yeah, nice cue ball control there from Kaci on the break. Anywhere in the centre of the table would give you a nice look. There you see playing the cup break back out into the middle, purposely playing that break shot. Just got to control the speed of the cue ball. You don't want this cue ball to get away from you. What I mean by that is it coming back over to the right hand side of the table near the 2. Oh, this looks real tidy. This looks real tidy.
Seems to me, Carl, that now he's got the taste for the Mosconi Cup and, more pertinently, Mosconi Cup success. Over the years, I think he's going to have many a cap.
Yeah, without doubt, he comes in that bracket of, you know, the age group of a Joshua Filler, of Fedor Gorst. You know, he's won big titles at a young age. He's also been to finals of big tournaments. And would definitely put him in that Filler Gorst bracket.
Well, when he was 18, he won the Aramith Masters and became world #1 later that year. He's won on the Euro Tour in Italy and Austria, European 8-ball champion in 2019, and last year he was crowned world 10-ball champion. Celebrated his 23rd birthday just a couple of weeks ago. But his experience belies his age.
Yeah, don't be fooled. He looks about 35, but he's not. And he's about to get his first point of this competition.
Eklent Kaci wins the rack and a match.
Eklent made a really good start.